O.J. Simpson is back on trial today in Las Vegas on armed robbery and kidnapping charges.
A conviction could send him to prison for life. Defense attorney Thomas Glasgow joins us now. We were talking about a fair trial, but what's going to happen today in court?
Today, they're starting jury selection, which is expected to last approximately a week. They had about 500 jurors, which they gave questionnaires to. They've pared it down to about 250. The jury selection is probably the most important part of this aspect. Everybody believes O.J. is going to be found guilty because of all his past crimes, but you have to remember the man was indicted and tried for murder. He had a road rage case back in roughly 2000, 2001, which he was acquitted of after that. Everybody said the same thing then. Accused of pirating cable signals, speeding on his powerboat. He hasn't been convicted of anything. He was stopped this weekend for DUI, and they released him with no charges. Somebody called in a DUI complaint against him on I think it's 15 out there, and they pulled him over. No charges were filed. He was not arrested.
Is this just a roundabout way to try to get to him? Is that kind of the idea here?
One has to question. I mean, you don't know whether or not, what O.J. is saying is true or what the police are saying is true, but this is a very different case than his murder trial. In his murder trial, you had two innocent people. Here, you've got,
a group of seemed like guilty people.
This is more like one of the Naked Gun episodes. I mean, this is a group of motley crew people that come into this hotel to collect memorabilia. And you got people with varying backgrounds on both sides that have criminal convictions. You have to wonder whether or not the credibility issue of either one of them is going to play out.
So 4 of his 5 buddies that he was with are going to testify against him now. That can't be good for him.
Well, that and the tape. I mean, you listen to the tape that was recorded, and you get a window into O.J.'s mind. You get to see that he is in control. He is giving directions, and he's very angry in the tape. He's very, very angry in the tape, and he's directing the other people to do things. The real question is whether or not he knew there were guns involved, and the people that were co-defendants who have flipped, who have pled guilty for lesser charges, have ended up confessing or testifying during the course of the preliminary hearing that he knew that there were guns. They told him to go get guns, look menacing, draw your gun when you come in, etc. And that's the testimony that's going to be elicited by the prosecution. Now, the defense is going to counter that by questioning whether or not they tried to make deals for money in exchange for the plea of guilty or testifying against them, or whether or not one of the witnesses was even questioned as to whether or not he was trying to get some memorabilia from O.J. in exchange for testifying for him.
This is so bizarre. It seems that all these trials around O.J. Simpson just seem like they're absolutely just crazy. It's not like it's not reality. It almost.
Well, now he could go to prison for life. What's your gut telling you right now?
He could. You don't know, because you've always got the question of the stealth juror. The juror who wants to be on the jury just to be on the jury, to get
write a book deal,
or to get the interview with Jan Jeffco.
That'll be a reason enough to you found I'm not guilty, I guess. Yeah, right. Okay, thank you so much for coming in, Thomas.
Thank you.
In Indiana, man is caught stealing 20.